What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. This is 12-inch PvPenis. If you guys don't know me, I'm currently a Diamond Urgot main. I play champs like Yorick, Trundle, Urgot. If you name it, it's simple and it's in the top lane, I'm probably playing it. This is going to be a guide on my top lane Urgot, the way I play it. This is going to be a defensive tank Urgot. The current meta that I've been seeing with him, some people are split between Stridebreaker and Frostfire. So I'm going to be able to show you guys the Frostfire build that I normally go. The first thing that I make sure I ban every single game is Jax. There are ways around it, at least there were with the old Urgot. I don't know, because ever since the old Urgot was banned, actually back when the old Urgot was still in play, I was banning Jax. I cannot stand that champion for the life of me. Every single champion I play gets outscaled, outdueled, and annihilated by him. So yeah, I don't know what the meta is against Jax, and that's the one question I can never answer. So looking at our runes here, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go Grass, we're going to go Demolish, we're going to go Conditioning, and we're going to go Overgrowth. If they have any amount of hard CC, we're essentially always going to go Legend Tenacity. If they don't, we can consider going for Magical Footwear and Approach Velocity, which has good synergy with Frostfire Gauntlet. And as another option, we also have Taste of Blood and Ravenous Hunter, although ever since they nerfed Ravenous Hunter, it just really hasn't been what it used to be. I like going double resistances, and I like going Ability Haste. It doesn't give me a lot of early game trading potential, but I don't really trade in the early game. As you guys are going to see how I play, I very specifically play to not interact with my opponent, and if I do trade, all I want to do is take small grasp trades, and that's going to give me a lot more viability in terms of how I have to lane. I personally find one of the biggest issues, actually, when I end up laning with Urgot is the necessity for all-ins, right? Urgot is a champion, I'm not going to call him low econ necessarily, because he does need a couple items to get going, but really he needs levels. And although kills do give you XP, the less opportunities, once you get to level 13, that's kind of like the pinnacle of your strength. Like once you're at 13, you have Titanic Hydra and Frostfire Gauntlet, you're just absolutely annihilating everything, right? Everything before that is kind of like a guesstimate, right? Your ability to get outplayed, dude, you miss that E, you're dead. You're absolutely fucked. Your flash is nowhere near as good as their flash if their flash is used to dodge your E in any meaningful way. So with that in mind, I don't generally like to go for all ends. So it looks like I'm going to be against Akali here. Looks like they're going to have Fiddlesticks jungle. Looks like they're going to have Nico mid. That's kind of the read I get from here. Thresh is also magic damage, and Vayne is mostly true damage. So I'm going to go double MR here. This is kind of a no-brainer for me. And yeah, we're just going to play around Grasp. PTA is actually not bad here, simply because of the way Akali fights. But I really want to keep myself outside of that threshold of death for as long as possible. They have a lot of hard CC, so going Tenacity here also makes sense. Overgrowth is just strictly better than Revitalize in basically every situation, especially now that we're building Titanic, and especially now that it bases off of bonus health. You just really need it to get some value. So generally, looking at the enemy team, we're probably going to 5-point here. We're probably also going to get invaded. So I'm going to pick up C-Pod here. And the reason why I want to pick up C-Pod is because I want to stay as high HP as humanly possible, so Akali can't jump on me. She's not going to try anything cheesy without Ignite, but Akali's just such a dangerous lane opponent, I want to pay her the respect she deserves. Plus she has Conqueror too. I want to keep the fights less all-in and more tradey, right? So auto, she Q autos, I pop Corrupting Pot, I auto, I Q, I W, stuff like that. I want to make sure not to E in basically any circumstance, but shit, you never know. This is one of the more volatile lanes, and it kind of makes me a little bit uncomfortable. It's not as easy as the Irelia lane, for example, but it's doable. You just have to make sure that you're not slacking on that MR. Those Tenacity boots or building Frostfire before Titanic, all that kind of stuff kind of helps you move forward. I always take W to help my junglers and also to push lane immediately. So the very first thing I want to do is as soon as I get to lane, I'm going to auto W and just push everything I possibly can. I might lose a CS, I might even lose 2 CS, but it is what it is. I cannot fight with Akali, right? Can my champ, my champ might actually be able to do it, but I don't know if I can, and it's better to be safe than sorry. So any autos that I can get off on minions are autos that I'm going to take. Alright, now that the second wave pushed in, she actually cannot freeze this here. This is psychotic of her, taking this much damage. Fiddlesticks is like 10 HP topside. I don't know what the hell was going on there, but we caught him mid-jungle, and we're not really punished for it because, I don't know, she doesn't know how to clear. Whatever it was came out as a fat L for Akali, and now that we have vision on Fiddles, now we can walk up. So we got all that power topside. I generally like to push as hard as I can for my first 2 waves, maybe my first 3 waves, and then I want to go into the opponent's jungle and just see what they're doing. Generally, the top laner can't match you unless he wants to lose like 2 or 3 waves, because he's usually like level 2. And you know, getting that information on Fiddlesticks is just so important for my team, right? Because now that we know exactly where Fiddlesticks is, you know, we can just play against her pretty well. She's certainly welcome to back here. We have 3 corrupting pots, so I'm really not afraid of continuing to push. And we have that ward, and it's such a good position. You know, we know that Fiddlesticks is almost certainly either bot side or mid right now. We should have conveyed that to our jungler, though. Our jungler, like, with pretty decent game sense, which, you know, you'll find Diamond Plus. Ooh, I shouldn't have taken that tower shot. I really certainly don't want to take that scuttle. I'm not opposed to taking scuttle sometimes. I just, like, I need to push this lane pretty badly. I'm going to chug both of my corrupting pots here. She's going to have to teleport into me, and my response... Oh, she should not have stayed. She should have teleported. Me having 2 corrupting pots is probably intimidating to TP into, but she can't beat this slow. Like, there's just nothing for her to do. Her jungler just died. I don't know what kind of Clown Fiesta went on bot lane, but you guys can be sure it's partially because we disrupted the fuck out of Fiddlesticks. If we didn't disrupt him so hard topside, he wouldn't have been such a weak spot bot. Alright, that ended up a fiasco for us, but, you know, it is what it is. Oh, nice. Not bad. We're going to keep shoving as hard as we can. There's really no reason for us not to, and it creates a lot of pressure. There's no chance for Akali to teleport anywhere, or else we just punish her super hard. We take Demolish for that very reason. We want it to make it so that we always have pressure, so they have to teleport into us, but we never really want to teleport into them. At this point, I'm really not scared of her. But I should pay her some respect at least, so I'm going to back her. Shaco's in kind of a weird spot, but he's Shaco, so I'm not super concerned. He just bumps over and he's fine. Pretty sure I just pick up treads here. Berg treads is a fine pickup. Range into melee, you know, you always want to be boots ahead of them. It's kind of like the Darius role, where Darius just wants to be 1 tier ahead of them in boots, so he knows how he can play. She's level 6 before me, but it really doesn't matter. I mean, this is like such a weak build. Also with Conquer, like, I'd essentially have to let myself get beaten up to the point where she gets to charge Conqueror, and like I'm fighting to a wave or something to die. Like, I would have to do some incredibly terrible things. I don't want to freeze here. I want to push. Freezing is not bad. I just want pressure onto like how she's going to perform looking towards Drake. Right? I mean, her chances of roaming are pretty low, but man, that would be terrible for my team if she managed to do so. So I'm just going to keep shoving here and try not to die. It's basically your whole objective early game is shove and don't die. These tier 2 boots are really putting in a lot of work here. She can't really hit me with Qs because her movement speed is so low compared to mine. She should be looking for a fight, though. She's playing really passively for someone that needs to fight me for her build to work. I'm looking for level 7 here, so I have a 3-second cooldown on my W. I didn't actually lock into him there. I think he could have taken more trades with me. I've been fine. He's looking at kill pressure, but he just wasted his E, so I'm going to shove as hard as I can, and then we get out of lane, because I'm in danger here. Nice. So they just lost Drake. That's my cue to get the fuck out of here, because the only way they can get any value out of anywhere on the map right now is killing me. I'm the biggest liability on my team, so I'm going to back immediately here. I'm probably going to pick up Ruby Crystals, I think. Oh, man. I don't know. I can pick up Titanic here. I'm just not feeling very aggressive. I'm going to go for some more MR. I just want to play really safe. I'm playing weak side right now, and ganking Akali is pretty difficult. I wouldn't say it's impossible with Shaco, but I'd rather just play weak side and play 4 resistances and defensively. Titanic will come with time, and there's really no big deal in pushing it right now. Although it would help me push harder, it would also make my survivability less, and their dive potential is actually pretty high. So we're going to push here basically as hard as we can. It's really the name of the game. If you notice, like, at any given point, I just love pushing. I haven't really been looking around the map that much, just because I'm so focused on not dying in this lane. Generally, I'll be looking for TPs around the map, but it's just so volatile right now. Like, I lose a kill or two, and I'm definitely dead for sure. I make one misstep, I might die. I'm gonna back up here. My mid died, my jungle died. You know, some 2v2s are pretty rough. Nico does really well into Shaco just because Shaco runs on her and she just dumps AoE CC. So it doesn't matter if she's hitting him or the clone because she's hitting him and the clone. I could look for a kill here. I think it's possible. Kali's on the side. I think I just look and it's fine. Yep, that's it. Nice, and we got a flash out of the deal too. That's really, really excellent for us. Yeah, we just leave. We can kind of like afford to path a little weirdly here, just because even if Akali's waiting in this bush, it's fine. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean that was just a nice flash. She shouldn't have done that overall. She should have just accepted she was dead. Her biggest mistake right there was she was too close to the tower when she dropped her clone. Although it was pretty obvious, like where she was going with her clone. I'm playing for level 9 here. At level 9, I can actually probably kill Akali. I never should have been. If I'd built differently, I should be dead. I'd be dead right now. I played that atrociously. So she stacked up Conqueror, I just had to play back for a second. Okay, there we go. So if you guys don't know what I'm doing right now, it's called Tap W. Essentially, every 3 shots you tap, and it increases your DPS by like 66%. Because every single W is an auto attack reset, and it's manaless, and it's a toggle. So you should always be doing it. It takes a little getting used to, but it is what it is. Akali should be looking to kill me here. I doubt she backed, really. But if she didn't back, I'm going to take advantage. Oh, fuck, I missed. I wonder if I'm dead here. I'm dead, I'm dead. I just wonder if I'm dead to her. Nice, that was huge. And we got her flash for it, too. And they got the Herald. Interesting. She definitely... I don't think she should have tasted me. I think she should have just focused on my wave and used Herald to kill my tower. I'm going to teleport here, and I'm going to try and hold this. This is going to be a pretty intense dive. They're almost certainly going to ult me, and they definitely should here. I'm going to try and push as hard as I can. I didn't buy Tiamat there, just because I thought the dive was imminent. Really? So they're not going to dive me here. I really think they should have, but Fiddlesticks opted to go mid here. So I'm just going to push as hard as I can. I'm going to get some value off this for sure. I don't know why they just dropped Herald top without like any follow-up. Really, like if they had walked up and poked down the tower, and then when the tower's on 2.5 plates, put it... Ooh, she immediately TP'd? That's questionable. She takes it, she's dead? Okay. She may have a grasp of like how the lane's going to be going from here on out. I can always misstep, but it's going to be much more difficult for her to get value where she previously could. Just looking for fights here, looking for like little bits of poke here and there. If I get like under probably 30%, I think she can just kind of one-shot me, but until then, all I have to do is hold my E in fights and, you know, make sure I hit ult, so that works. Can't walk too far into her minions while she has E on me, because if I don't lock onto her with Q, then her stealth is really strong. But if she's the only thing around, then she's getting hit pretty hard. I'm under 30% HP here, but her cooldowns are down, so it's not a super big deal. Although I am kind of at risk here. I could definitely make a misplay and die. So I could either back or I could play under tower. I think playing under tower is probably better here because I think she might make a tower dive and I think I can definitely outplay. I say outplay, but her making a tower dive would be a mistake. Ocean Drake is huge for my team. They're doing good. Am I dead? No. No? I figured Fiddlesticks was up here for sure. I definitely should have checked the map there to get more of an idea where he was and if I should be scared. I think Fiddlesticks definitely could have been top. I think if he had pathed differently... No, because that's Sneak. I don't know. I'm not sure. I wonder if Fiddlesticks is just around here waiting for me, or she's waiting for him, perhaps? Interesting. Well, I'm gonna back here for free, essentially. Unless Shaco wants to look for something. Fiddlesticks is bot side. I think it's definitely free. She has no flash because she used it earlier on us. She does have ult, but chances are she's gonna want to go for me, and my flash is coming up. I'm gonna push. I can definitely pressure this tower down. Oh, there's a huge misplay from her. That was a struggle. I think we definitely could have played that better, so that was probably my bad. So I'm just going to push this as hard as I can. 3 autos, or 3 W's auto, 3 W's auto. Just over and over again, trying to get as much damage as I can off on the tower. I would like to get it down here. Nico's dead. Cool. It's a lot of value for us. Push, push, push. I think if I have Titanic there, she dies, but I think I also die, so... No, I think I actually probably live, because she dies so quickly with Titanic. But I guess hindsight is 20/20, and if I didn't have such a defensive build, I think I get camped harder by Fiddlesticks. Also, I'm not entirely sure what Pantheon's doing here. There's really no value for him to come top, because... I mean... Herald wasn't dropped, so... They already used it. I don't know. Confusing for him to be top. I'm not a huge fan of that play. Alright, after this, we're going to start looking at our Tiamat. We're going to want to make sure we stay at 2 pinks at all times. You know, it's kind of rough, like, once you have more inventory problems, but as of right now, I always like to be prepared, you know, for contesting a Herald, or maybe there's a couple people top. You never know. People just like to roam in solo queue. You don't have voice comms, so sometimes they're just in your lane like that Pantheon. I just don't know. Like, I don't know how to do that. We have an Everfrost abuser mid, which is pretty good. I don't know. Nico with Everfrost is kind of... I feel like it's almost redundant. I mean, she has a lot of utility, but it's not something that scares me a lot, versus, like, Silas with Everfrost is... Like, that's just a little something extra that I don't think he... don't think should be legal in his kit. Then again, I'm going with CC utility items, too, so... Take with that what you will. I cannot push here for the life of me. I need to go mid. I need to look for something here, and... Maybe like a flash ult play, something like that. Frostfire Gauntlet's going to give me a lot of value in a fight, and really, I have to go for something. We have Pantheon here, and I can't push into Akali with the potential of someone else coming. She has a lot of movement. Like, I can't pick her up if my allies come, but she can pick me up if her allies come. Oh, push mid's huge here. Oh, shit. We are owned. Are we? Interesting. I definitely think that should have gone worse for us, and I'm not sure why it didn't. What the fuck am I getting pinged for? Man, that was really bad. I should have played back. More back with my team for sure. Wow, we actually get a return kill. That's crazy. Well, we also died too, but that was my bad. I should have just taken the ult. Maybe either walked to the side or flashed to the side. Me going for Vayne was a little ambitious. I just wanted to shut down their damage as I went in, but I think I overestimated Vayne. Vayne's 5-1, but I don't think she had the amount of value that I thought she was going to have. The rest of their team has a lot of value too, and I really should have focused on killing Fiddlesticks there. I think ulting Thresh was probably not a mistake, but we'll see. So this is Nico. So we're looking at tap here. Tap and fights, tap and fights. Unfortunate. If that ult had hit, that would have been fine. But we always have to remember to tap, you know. Three, 3 Ws, auto, 3 Ws, auto, yada, yada, yada. Nice. That was really, really, really well played by Silence. Yeah, our team did great there. They really, really shouldn't have gone for that, and I'm kind of a raid boss right now. I didn't really take any L's in lane. I got my tower down, so you can't go even with me. You know, this is not the build of someone who went even with me. It's a build of someone who played defensively, who got smacked by me, and I didn't actually do any smacking. Extra gold that probably should have gone into Akali's damage and kill secure potential is just not there. You know, she's gonna have to go for Zanya second, which is, I mean, questionable, really. Like, dude, we have a lot of AD, but it doesn't matter that much. She's gonna get blown up regardless, and Zanya isn't gonna save her here. I would almost argue that Zanya's is such a slow play into Caitlyn and Shaco, two people that have like CC drops on top of the Zanyas, that it's basically spelling death for yourself. Interesting. I don't think this is going to bear fruit, but I don't mind trying. Yeah, okay. I think he's just warding up Baron and wanted to look for something. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame him. Akali, you know, has a heart attack, dies, falls on a keyboard. Yeah, maybe it works. Not looking that deep into it for rationale. I could just sit over here and look for something. I don't mind. I think it's a good play, actually. Ooh, they can't go in on him. Going in on Pantheon. What? Okay. Dude, that is fucking horrendous. Okay, so how I thought that fight should have gone was ooh, wow, they actually get a kill. This is ridiculous. The enemy team played this terribly. Essentially, as soon as they hooked Pantheon, Pantheon should have E'd. I don't know if he canceled it. I don't know if he W'd instead. But if he had just E'd, he would have had 2.5 seconds of invulnerability in which we could have just collapsed on their team. Instead, I get double CC'd over here, which bought my team a lot of time, but in reality, I just got the shit beaten out of me for nothing. And I think I actually almost saved Thresh's life because I ended up ulting him. I thought that maybe my ult could kind of make a godlike play and pull us back, but it almost risked my entire life. Ooh, shit. That being played that well. I just need 10 more gold for my Titanic, and I'm going to go to the top. I'm going to start, like, chain killing Akali off here. Titanic is actually just such a ridiculous buy for me. Alright, we're going to push in pretty hard here. We're at level 13, so I'm not going to say this is the strongest we're going to get. I mean, level 16 is obviously pretty good. Urgot's hyper late game isn't bad. It's just, like, you rely a lot harder on your team the further you go into the game. You know, you can make, like, a crazy play here and there with Flash, but you're generally not making just nuts plays in general. Although your, like, 1v2 and 1v3 potential after everybody's dead is pretty high, just because, like, low HP targets just don't do well on Urgot. Urgot has a lot of finishing potential with his E and his back legs. And they come up so quickly, it's kind of a non-issue compared to where it usually is. Alright, let's go over here. Looking for ulti here. Just gonna ghost her a little bit. Make sure that everything is all good. Nice. This is an easy flash. Flash out of Thresh is always really nice. Start dropping pinks. This is why we like having two. That's why we like having two. Holy shit, dude. Actually, League of Button Mashing. I don't move out too far here, but I've got 20 seconds on my ulti, and I have my E up, so... Just like a lot of support I can give to my team here. 10 seconds on my ulti. Which is a lot. Having Shaco die here. Oh, that's not him. Okay. Always kind of embarrassing. Oh shit. Ooh. Okay. Wow. That was rough. I think we just push this in and hope for the best. Ooh, Everfrost abuser on their jungle. Oh, that was Nico. Okay, my bad. Okay, we got her. Cool. So that's soul for us too. That should be the game. They should FF here. There's really no reason for them to keep playing. That was a really, really rocky fight. I played that horrendously. Okay, so my game plan from here on out is going to be probably to survive as long as I can. There's really no reason for us to have any more damage on our team. And that's kind of something that you have to get a feel for, like when you're playing League of Legends, is when you are the main character and when you're not the main character. Sometimes I slap on a Black Cleaver, sometimes I slap on a Grudge, and I'm the MC. I'm the Kirito of this shit. But that is definitely not this game. I'm not doing absolutely horrendously. I mean, the scoreline's obviously bad, but in terms of my actual utility in fights, it's just not terrible. I think right here, I'm going to be looking for Force of Nature. They have a lot of spell effects that go off at once, especially with Akali and Fiddlesticks. I think Nico's Q goes off 2 times, Everfrost. So yeah, just having like quite a lot of movement speed here is going to be pretty nice. I'm going to go over here. I'm just going to shove bot. If I get into a 1v1 fight with Akali, that's pretty easy for me. Hopefully we don't get caught, because that would be really bad for us here. Alright. Let's make a teleport here. Should be good overall. Our Pantheon's up. Our Pantheon has ulti. It's really everything we're looking for. Should be okay. Nope. Alright. That's another flip. Q-tap is really important. Okay, nice. And that should be game over. That was actually a pretty nasty ulti on Vayne, and Pantheon's follow-up was really good. I mean, that's basically exactly how I thought it was going to go in my head, minus Vayne getting caught in the way she did. I knew Vayne was going to die, and I knew I was going to ult somebody. I just didn't know I was going to ult their Vayne so horribly. Her team's probably flaming the hell out of her, because that was a really pathetic performance, you know. It's also kind of suspect considering how much pressure Fiddlesticks put on the map and how many Drakes they just kept losing. It just goes to show, like, some junglers just really don't understand what they can give and what they can't give, right? Like, at this point, they should just be able to run us over repeatedly, but they just never got to that position, so they couldn't have given up all the drags that they did. I'm not exactly sure who they gave up the drags for, I think is my biggest issue, because if they chain gank top, I think Akali could have definitely gotten out of control, but, I mean, Nico's just not that much of a carry. And although Vayne is good, it's Vayne and a Caitlyn, and, I mean, we just have a lot of CC, we have a lot of lockdown, she doesn't have any enchanters, so... Overall, like, questionable camps, I think. I think if he camps top there, they're a lot more successful. Especially if he doesn't care about Drakes, right? Like, if he camps bot, like, one of the nice things about bot lane is you're getting a lot of dragons, but instead, he would camp bot, or camp mid, and then he would go top and pick up Herald. And that's pretty stupid. For you know, in case you guys didn't know. I mean, making a play with Fiddlesticks ult bot lane, picking up Drake, is kind of like a cookie-cutter way on how to get value out of Fiddlesticks. So him not doing that repeatedly is... suspect at best. So we can clear out some wards here. I love taking red shrink on Urgot and just making sure to buy as many pinks as I can. Yeah, I take no damage here. It's pretty cool. Pantheon ult in 8 seconds. That's cool. I'm gonna look for something here. I mean, their Vayne is bot side, and their Vayne is the only person that threatens me for damage, so I'm just gonna start looking for shit. Silas has teleport, there are minions nearby, I'm just going to be looking for the... Let's go for Vayne here. Nice. Okay, I think that should be a win here. No, I mean, their team got cleared, right? Like, I think me going for Vayne was probably a good idea. I just really didn't want her, like, wrecking havoc on my guys on the side, so... Alright, that should be pretty easy. GG. Man, I don't know. My team had some rough moments early, but... This is also kind of team gap. I think I was the better top laner this game, but I don't think it mattered overall. Anyway, guys, let's hand that honor over to Shaco. He did really well getting all 4 of those drinks. And yeah, shout out to my team. That was pretty nice. Overall, I'm not the best player to ever play. However, I will be making more God-style content and probably more content in general for League of Legends. This is just kind of how I get a feel of what I'm doing when I'm playing Urgot, and that's how I play it. As always, I'm always open to criticism. If you guys want to comment something or DM me, my Discord's in the description below. If you guys are watching this video right now, I'm currently live on Twitch, which is also going to be in the description below, playing League of Legends, probably playing Urgot. No promises. Could be a Trundle day, could be a Yorick day, who knows. I appreciate you guys watching, and yeah, this is going to go into my overall Urgot guide. I don't know if I'm going to post that before or after this, but if you guys haven't already, I'm going to post that on Mobile Fire. So, goodbye everybody, have a good one, thank you so much for watching.